So hello and welcome to 5 at 5. Some important developments as far as the IPL is concerned. Today there will be a qualifier two between Sunrisers Hyderabad. Between Gujarat Titans and Rajasthan Royals. We'll discuss about that in our pre-match show at 6:30. But the topic that we are taking up today is about Mumbai Indians. What's happening there? Multiple news reports going around regarding Hardik Pandya, regarding new captain. We'll talk about what's happening there, whether the decision has been taken or not, or whether there's a decision that will be taken in the coming months. A lot to discuss upon. Let's start this show. Rohit, what's going on with Mumbai Indians? So many news reports around Hardik Pandya, but we know that there's an important meeting next month regarding this entire season, how the season panned out for Mumbai Indians, regarding the leadership group, regarding some of the senior players in the team, how Mumbai Indians as a franchisee will move forward. What's the development that you are hearing?
So I think the biggest development as far as the official stance is concerned, I think that's when Karen Pollard said on that, after the last game, when he said that he doesn't confirm on that very press conference that yes, what will be the future, as far as Hardik Pandya is concerned. Generally, when you ask these questions at the end of a season, the coaches either shift it to the team management, or they say that yes, why not, means if they have to change also, then they can say maybe in a year, you have multiple meetings, you have multiple discussions, so we changed it. But if at the end of a season, when the season didn't went well, it's the work of the coaches, it's the work of the support staff, that let's not think anything apart from what is going on at this point of time, because there's very much on the public, in the public domain at this point of time, as far as Mumbai Indians is concerned. And then I think the social media things, I think, which kept on coming, there was Hardik Pandya unfollowing, there was Hardik. And I think, this is not about individual players, but this is about all of them. Means now this is the new trend of players, if they want to show a certain kind of anger, or to tell the world that look, we are not happy with what is going on at this point of time, they will definitely do this, and they are doing this. Take an example of Hardik Pandya. Take the example of Arshdeep Singh. Last time also, Punjab, when released him, what Arshdeep Singh did at that point of time. Here at this point of time, he edited his bio, then re-edited again. Hardik Pandya blocked, his own account, means he deactivated rather his account, and then again activated it. And I think it all started with Ravindra Jadeja in 2022, when Jadeja deleted all the CSK picks, and there was a clear sense at that point of time that Jadeja definitely will leave Chennai Super Kings. But then things have sorted out really well, with the top hierarchy coming in, the big man obviously coming in as far as Ravindra Jadeja is concerned. So I think now whatever you do in social media, it's not that, oh yeah, by mistake ho gaya ye, mera koi intention nahi tha. If you are posting a picture where it's written 0707, and people tell me often that why do you do cryptic tweets. I'm saying that look at Ravichandran Ashwin. He is also not taking names. He is also writing 0707. So means even cricketers also, the ex-cricketers also are using that thing, that particular thing, just to put certain thing across. So my only point is, and then obviously what happened, I think yesterday only, where there's the yellow helicopter in the emojis, and then there is written helicopter in the comment section. So I think these all things will give, means these are not things which you say that, oh yaar, ye to hota rehta hai, har din kuch na kuch aisa aata rehta hai. So it's not like a Arshdeep Singh snap, ki everything is going on, anything is going on at the snap story, and just we don't have to take care. But if Hardik Pandya, it's happening, then I don't think that after a certain amount of time, I'll be seeing it that, oh yaar, ye to ho gaya hoga. Nahi, there is a clear cut message there. And it's for everyone to read. You can tell that, oh, how can I make a point of view from that. But that's how the new cricket is rolling up at this point of time. Instagram unfollowing, following is the new way to tell the world that, I'm angry, or I'm happy. I felt heartbroken, or I'm feeling amazing at this point of time. So I think from there onwards, if you mix all of those things, you can sense that yes, something is not good at this point of time if you're talking about Mumbai Indians. But when
Mm.
it comes down to that big call, that will Hardik be the captain? Will Hardik be with and if not the captain, will he be there as a player? I don't think if he is not there as a captain, then he will definitely not be there as a player. So the thing is, everything relies on June now. What we are hearing as far as that big meeting will take place in June, and then you will have different calls. Who could be, if that happens, that Hardik Pandya is going out, as a captain. If he's going out as a captain, then maybe he can go out as a player also. Then who can you fill, as far as Hardik's place is concerned? And then the biggest question, that who will be Mumbai Indians next captain? So there are multiple stories doing the rounds at this point of time, that रोहित शर्मा का आशीर्वाद जिसके सर पर होगा, यहाँ आप एक यंगर कैप्टन को देखोगे. इंडिया ए कैप्टन इज तिलक वर्मा at this point of time, selected by the BCCI chairman selection committee. So is there a hint? Is there a hint that Tilak Verma will lead Mumbai Indians, or Jasprit Bumrah, or maybe a Surya Kumar Yadav, maybe a Rohit Sharma? So there are multiple questions, and then for me the biggest question will be, हार्दिक अपनी इच्छा से गए या हार्दिक को हटाया गया? That's for me. अगर ऐसा, if the story comes, after that June meeting, that is that the case, or the case is completely different, that I really will be looking forward to, Shubham.
Of course, in June, so far nothing has been signed, nothing has been sanctioned in regards to, Hardik Pandya's removal as the captain. They will take this decision possibly in June, after June, but there's a meeting in June where things will be discussed in detail regarding all the players, senior players of the team, how this team can move forward. It has now been how many seasons? Six, seven seasons where MI has
6 seasons, six,
6 seasons, six
since
seasons where
2020, after
yes. So
2020.
where MI have not won the trophy, and that is something which a legacy franchisee like MI, a champion team, five-time winners, can't afford to go on not winning trophies, not qualifying for the playoffs as well. Last year things looked a bit different. Relationships looked a bit different. They qualified for the playoffs, but again the performances throughout the league phase also was not that great, to be honest. But let's see what happens. What happens? There's a lot to ponder upon in regards Hardik Pandya, in regards Mumbai Indians as well. And if someone is leading a franchisee, two different franchisees for 5 consecutive years, it is pretty much evident that he won't settle down uh, as a role for a role just as a player. Bharat, when you analyze, when you look
Big
at
big
Mumbai
story coming
Indians,
up, Shubhanda.
huh,
Shubhanda, Rishabh Pant has requested be relieved of his captaincy duties with the franchisee. Nine
okay,
minutes ago,
Lucknow
Lucknow
Super
Super Giants.
Giants.
Lucknow
Okay,
Super
so
Giants
Lucknow Super Giants have released a statement.
that Rishabh Pant
Wish to announce that
Rishabh Pant
Rishabh
has
Pant has
requested.
requested to be relieved of his captaincy duties, and the franchisee has accepted his request with immediate effect. Tom Moody, director of cricket, says Rishabh approached the franchisee with its request, and we have respectfully accepted it. These decisions are never easy. We are grateful for everything Rishabh has brought to the dressing room as captain. Our focus is now on collective rebuilding and restructuring to reach the best standards. Bharat, how do you see this? Yes, we will come to Hardik Pandya, but this was something which was pretty much on the cards. If you look at Rishabh Pant's very explosive post-match presentation, comments, Tom Moody's final press conference, things were looking that it is moving in that direction where Rishabh Pant won't be seen as a captain. Now it remains to be seen whether he will play as a player or not.
Yeah, see, first of all, obviously, Rishabh Pant himself, if you look at his post-match presentation, it felt as if he was indicating on something. But when a director of cricket says the leadership is under very serious consideration, then definitely it's not just an indicator, it's a giveaway that leadership will change. So I think
Yes.
it's good for Rishabh Pant as well, because see, at some point of time, even last year, this year, it felt as if he was shouting, screaming, getting angry. I don't think it was helping his batting either. First of all, he's in
Hmm.
bad form, and then you see him going after his teammates a few times. I think it was affecting his batting as well. So, from Rishabh Pant's point of view, it's good that he's relinquishing his captaincy duties. It is for him to go back. It is for him to go back to the drawing board and perhaps find the nuts and bolts of his batting that would help him to get back to form. I don't think this problem is just related to T20 cricket or limit overs cricket. If he doesn't work on that small problem that he has in his grip, with regard to his grip, it could affect his test batting as well. So I think it's best for him to just go back to the drawing board and find those nuts and bolts, missing nuts and bolts in his game. And maybe if he gets back his form at some point of time, he might again captain the LSG setup. Or if he stays with LSG setup, let me put that way, I guess he would likely move out of that LSG setup at some point of time. But anyway, coming back to Hardik Pandya, yes, common sense logic says Hardik Pandya would kind of leave this Mumbai Indians setup in some way, some capacity or the other. I'm just looking at common sense here. Yes, yes, I've heard a lot of things from behind the scenes. I won't go there. But let us see what will happen in the upcoming months, as you noted in June in that particular meeting. See, if Hardik Pandya is expected goes out of the Mumbai Indians setup, or if the speculations come out true, then I guess I would look at someone like Tilak Varma because he's very much young guy. So why go with someone like Jasprit Bumrah? First of all, he's struggling with niggles. There's no guarantee that he would play all your 14 matches. It's better to look for a youngster, and better for Mumbai Indians. Just look at the transition, because a lot of their players are on the wrong side of 30. If one agrees or not, that is a fact. Most of the players, even their foreigners, the pitch, the likes of Trent Bolt, all these guys are over 30. So at some point of time, you need to look at the transition. Even if you look at the fringe players, Shardul Thakur, Deepak Chahar, these guys are not getting any younger either. So I think the best way to give out a statement in that sense is to have a young captain, and relatively young captain, that would be Tilak Varma, and then just move forward. It might help Mumbai Indians to regroup, restructure their setup, and come back stronger.
Vaibhav, how do you see this Rishabh Pant development being removed as captain? Always on cards?
Yeah, it was always on the card. See, again, with the franchisee like LSG, any franchise, not just LSG, if a player is not giving results, not with as a captain or with the bat, then obviously you will feel like, and I think what happened with the selection meeting, when he was demoted as a vice captain, KL Rahul was appointed as the vice captain for the one-off test against Afghanistan. I think that also, somewhat indicated that even when selectors, whom the same set of selectors appointed Rishabh Pant as a vice captain 1 year back, now 1 year later, if they think that he's not good enough for that role, or it is taking a lot away from him as a batter, then obviously, they have to look at somebody else, because Rishabh Pant as a captain has always been under scanner. Even when he was there as a captain with Delhi Capitals, then again, he never produced results. So the problem with Rishabh Pant, it affects his game as well. Whenever he leads, there is a lot of pressure, and Rishabh Pant, there are a lot of things that are off the field as well. Players have said about him, and I'll not go in that whatever has happened inside the LSG dressing room with the younger players, especially how he has. I think that there is a behavioral complaint as well, but that is all internal matter. So I think a lot has a lot of factors combinedly, has made it to this point where Rishabh Pant
Hmm.
has been, asked to say, give up the captaincy. I think that is it is good for him as well. When he was demoted from the vice captaincy, then also I said that it will be good for Rishabh Pant the player, because then he will be able to express himself as just player without any sort of responsibility. So in a way, if you have to look at it from this point of view, it's good for Rishabh Pant. But yes, given the results and the way he has led LSG or other IPL teams, it was always on cards that Rishabh Pant, if not now, maybe before the auction, just before the auction, or even after the auction, it could happen. But definitely, it was always on the cards before the auction that this decision either the player will take or the franchisee will take.
Rohit, Rishabh Pant, do you see him continue as just as a player, or Is it a sign that Lucknow Super Giants Rishabh Pant may part ways ahead of the auction?
I think very much possible. I think that it is very much on the cards, and they will be only thinking of that. Can we do this? A lot more respectfully rather than because
Hmm.
you know that what happened when there was the separation of that KL Rahul thing. So maybe the way there was a lot of things said when Sanju Samson left. The people who know the thick and thin of the things, they know that it was not very hunky dory at that point of time when Sanju also left. But the outside world doesn't know the story. That it was not a happy place for Sanju Samson at that point of time when he made the mind that I don't want to continue. And I remember the Delhi versus Rajasthan games went to super over, and Sanju Samson was every meeting was happening in the ground. He was the designated captain. He wasn't part of anything like that. So I think for me is still the biggest thing is that when that KL thing happened,
Hmm.
it was not good for from the franchisee point of view. Also, there were a lot of things written. There was still a lot of whenever at the start of this season, also whenever there was a chat between Rishabh Pant and Mr. Goenka, everyone used to say like, "Oh यार फिर वही कर रहे हो." जबकि वो ऐसा नहीं
Okay.
था. It's
Hmm.
it's not like that. वो वही हो गया कि एक बार की बात हो गई तो आपने एक परसेप्शन क्रिएट कर दिया, फॉल्स परसेप्शन क्रिएट कर दिया. Now the thing is, again अगर इस तरह की चीज होती है, so it won't look good कि यार एक और कैप्टन ऐसे तैश में जा रहा है. So it won't look good. So I think for me the thing is obviously the captaincy thing they wanted to, and believe you me that this time around the next 4 months will be very crucial for each and every franchisee who let
Very
them
true.
want to get into the trade things, be it a Delhi Capitals with Akshar Patel, what future they are thinking as of now, be it Lucknow Super Giants now need a new captain. There was a lot of chat around Nicholas Puran when Rishabh Pant got appointed as a LSG captain. It was all over the park that it could be Nicholas Puran also. Will they bring some new captain? Mitch Marsh, captaining Australia. He has delivered this season
Aiden
also. In
Markram.
fact, Aiden Markram is also there. But Mitch Marsh, with the kind of season he had, I think there could be a possible, option of using him also as a captain and just bring any other player, because it will give you a lot of money also. To 27
Hmm.
crores, I think that from that point of view also. But I think in Rishabh Pant's mind, if I have, and this is not I am being fed by anyone or I've been told by anyone. This is just my, at this point of time, my point of view as far as this situation is concerned. I think it was not only about captaincy, it was also about Rishabh Pant, the player. But they are also waiting that can we have a proper trade. दिल्ली आप इंटरेस्टेड हो क्या, कोई और फ्रेंचाइजी आप इंटरेस्टेड हो क्या. आई एम स्पेसिफिकली सेइंग दिल्लीज नेम बिकॉज आई एम hearing some murmurs as far as Delhi Capitals is concerned because of the return of JSW back into the power. So just to at this point of time, looking at this scenario, I think it's not only the end of Rishabh Pant, the captain in LSG, but maybe the player also, maybe the player also in LSG. But they want to put it in a proper way, like what RR did with Sanju Samson. There were multiple releases and stories
Yeah.
that we wanted Sanju to go in a good team, join a good team, and ultimately the what you call the media exercise was properly done from Rajasthan Royals. There was no
Hmm.
hate copies or hate stories being fed to the social media, and it doesn't go like that. So I think that's what maybe LSG team is waiting for also.
Absolutely, and let's see what this next chapter for Rishabh Pant looks like. Whether he will continue as a player for Lucknow Super Giants or whether he moves on to a different franchisee and leads that team. But one thing for sure, fetching 27 CR in the auction will be a tough task for Rishabh Pant also in the mini auction. Bharat, now lad, if we are coming back to both these characters, Hardik and Rishabh Pant, one thing is common, that result is the primary thing. If you don't give out results, then all this negativity will ultimately creep in. We have seen with some franchises in the past that results don't affect their team environment, but with social media, with negativity, with critics all around, I think results is the result. Producing good result is the epitome of any franchisee, and of course a target which every captain will have to achieve, because not every franchisee is patient enough.
Yeah, obviously it's franchise cricket. This businessman, all these top shots, they have put in their money, so they would want return on investment as well, in terms of runs, in terms of wickets. For example, whenever I talk about fast bowling, people laugh at me by saying that in T20 cricket is just bowling 4 overs. But what I would argue is in franchise cricket, especially in the highly competitive world of IPL, you are supposed to touch. For example, if a bowler like Jofra Archer is around, is supposed to touch 145 kilometers per hour from ball one itself, because it's very much a demanding world, and that extends to the captains as well, even more so to the captains, Hardik Pandya, Rishabh Pant, or whoever it is. If you don't get the results, then your name could be on the chopping block, and that is what basically has happened to Rishabh Pant. Who knows? It might happen to someone else, X or Y. I don't want to take up that name. I think that's something which you will very much see in franchise cricket. Even if you go back in time to 2008 IPL, RCB didn't do well under Rahul Dravid. What happened next? He was dropped as the captain, and Kevin Peterson came in. Obviously, afterwards, Anil Kumble took over as the captain. So these things have been happening in franchise cricket for many years, many moons. So it is not at all surprising, and hopefully they would be LSU would be able to restructure their squad, not just in relation to Rishabh Pant. I see a few weaknesses in their batting lineup. I see a few other weaknesses. So I think they should look beyond just Rishabh Pant. It could be in relation to their management. Perhaps they have appointed too many coaches out there. I'm just, as an outsider, I'm saying. So that could be, I think, kind of restructured as well.
And that is
Uh,
something Rishabh has
yes,
continuously mentioned throughout the season, that there are
yes.
too many voices in the
It
dressing room, too
happens
many
if you
opinions.
appoint so many coaches, and a lot of them are pretty good coaches, you can say,
Mm.
and everyone will have have his own ideas. X will
Mm.
say this player should be picked, and Y will say no, this player should be picked. You could see
Yeah.
it with the kind of chopping and changing with that LSC setup, even with that regard to their openers, even with regard to how Mukul Chowdhury came in, did well in a couple of matches, failed in 2 matches, he was thrown out. Arsene Kulkarni being tried at the top of the order, I think is still very raw to be tried at the top of the order in the world of IPL. Even in terms of their fast bowling units, I had to check to write my copy. I had to check a lot of things to understand who got dropped in which match and who got in which match. So that tells you that maybe I think it took me 2 hours. That tells you the kind of chopping and changing that took place at that particular setup. I think it goes beyond Rishabh Pant, so they have to look at maybe a little bit of a overhaul the LSE setup.
Next season could be the season of changes as far as captaincy is concerned in IPL. We have already seen Rishabh Pant going out as captain so far. Hardik Pandya plays as a
केकेआर क्यों देर
captain.
लगा रही है? केकेआर क्यों
केकेआर
देर
भी
लगा
हो ही
रही है?
जाएगा, केकेआर भी अब बस फॉर्मेलिटी है. अजिंक्य रहाणे is there. Akshar Patel, as Rohit also mentioned earlier, Akshar Patel could be the one who loses out on his captaincy. Maybe Ruturaj
ऋतुराज
Gaikwad
गायकवाड.
as well. Yeah, you never know, Ruturaj Gaikwad as well. So at least 4 to 5 proper captaincy changes. Vaibhav, where do you see with this going? Next mini auction could be the hunt for the captains, or maybe some trades as well.
See, few captains will be able to retain their places as a player in their respective squads. Whether it's a Ruturaj Gaikwad, Akshar Patel, obviously the franchisees won't release him. Whether it's a Delhi Capital or a Chennai Super Kings, because Chennai Super Kings understands, although it's one bad season,
Then
but
it comes to
Ruturaj
the player
remains.
as well. Na? If
Yeah, yeah.
Ruturaj or Rakshal says I'm getting captaincy offers from other franchises, I will leave. That is also a dynamic which will have to be
Yeah,
keep in mind.
obviously, see, that has happened with Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya had a good run as a GT captain, one final, one trophy. So, but then he got an enticing option, and obviously he had that connection, emotional connection with the franchisee Mumbai Indians, where his journey began in the IPL. So obviously that's another thing. But again, with CSK and Ruturaj, I don't see that happening. Even if Ruturaj gets an captaincy offer, I don't think that will happen, given how the franchisee and player connection that is there. I don't
That's
see
a
that
fan
having
speaking.
happening even.
I'm pretty sure that's a
No, no, no,
fan
no,
talking there.
no. I'm not a fan. See, you have to understand the how a franchisee runs. So, if you talk about a Chennai Super Kings, their player and franchisee connection is very different to what other, because the team culture is very different. And Sanju
Ultimately,
Samson,
Jadeja
a
left now.
multi.
Ultimately, Jadeja left now after
Ultimately,
these
see,
many years.
ultimately, Jadeja was, see, franchisee parted ways with Ravindra Jadeja only because they could see that dip in the bowling form of Ravindra Jadeja. How many wickets Jadeja took in the last two
Mhm.
seasons before CSK parted ways with him? So
Ruturaj,
you have to look
Ruturaj's
at the
numbers
performances now.
numbers have also dipped as a
No, no,
batter.
no. Only one season. Only this season. If you look at 2024, his first season as captain, he scored a century as well against LSG. He was averaging more than 50. He never had a bad season apart from the 2020 season and this season. So his first
Hmm.
season as captain was really good. 2024 season. Last year he played only 5 games, out of which two games he scored half centuries. So Ruturaj as a batter still remains a valuable commodity, but as a captain,
Last
obviously
three seasons they
with the
haven't been able
emerging.
to qualify for the playoffs. The major thing is that, and until and unless
Yeah,
this
so
season they
in
doesn't
that,
have the services of Sanju Samson also. So when you have players like Sanju who are capable leaders also, then I think the
Ayush Matre
main
is there
pressure.
as an opener, ready-made option.
I means for me Chennai, obviously what he's saying is obviously the setup wise Chennai is very different as far as you talk about any franchisee. You can keep the 9 franchises aside, and I'm including Mumbai Indians into it, and you can completely shift this part. But now this is not Mahendra Singh Dhoni's Chennai Super Kings. The first thing is that, and you know there were multiple things in the last couple of seasons we saw that which can make this very clear that this is not the same old Chennai Super Kings. From the times of that, how the Jadeja chapter panned out, how the Raidu chapter panned out. You remember Raidu announcing his
Yes.
retirement, then taking it back, and then again retiring himself. That what you doesn't associate with Chennai Super Kings. uh, don't having amount in your purse, and you are not going for Suresh Raina in that 2022 auction. But there were multiple things happened in last 3-4 years, which I'm not saying that tainted, but it obviously gives you a completely different vision that that's not the same Chennai Super Kings we used to see from 2008 to
Ultimately,
2012.
it's a professional setup. It's a professional setup.
Yeah,
You
I
will
think I
see
think they are
ruthless
only
calls
waiting
being
for
taken.
I think they are only waiting for if MS Dhoni says that bhai ab mera ho gaya,
Hmm.
then you have to see that what is actually Chennai Super Kings. तब आपको असली पानी कितना गहरा है तब पता चलेगा. So I think there could, और अभी तक ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ के सामने एक ऐसा शख्स नहीं था like Sanju Samson type, and Sanju Samson had brilliant season also. अच्छा season रहा है उसके लिए. And the thing is कि 3 seasons आप मुंबई के भी छह seasons ट्रॉफी लेस गए तो उन्होंने भी हाथ खड़े कर दिए. और ना मुंबई की टीम यार 3 साल देगी एक कैप्टन को, वो भी वो कैप्टन जो प्ले ऑफ में पहुंचा चुका है ऑलरेडी एक बार. अनहर्ड ऑफ. तो वो चीज थी, और वो लॉन्ग लॉन्ग टर्म विजन के लिए ही चलते हैं. सो ट्रॉफियां नहीं आती हैं तो अच्छी अच्छी टीमों का सेटअप जवाब देता है. आपको दिख गया ये. सो आई थिंक वी हैव टू वेट एंड वॉच. एटलीस्ट 4-5 टीम्स यू विल सी दैट कैप्टन्स आर गोइंग हियर एंड देयर. आई डोंट नो एज कैप्टन, लाइक
I,
हार्दिक भी अगर जाते हैं तो क्या एज
uh,
कैप्टन जाएंगे कहीं पे, एज अ प्लेयर जाएंगे. रहाने
I'm pretty
प्लेयर
sure
भी
with
जाएंगे या नहीं जाएंगे.
Hardik's 5 consecutive season as captain, I think he will move on as a captain only. He won't take up as a player part role. It was gracious by Sanju Samson to not push himself as the CSK captain and just play as
Because
a batter.
वही, but Subhander, that's the
he said
case.
that.
But
He said that.
but
Na,
now
yes.
he's in discussion. He's in discussion as for next India
India captain.
T20I captain.
but
So
but the
that
thing
dynamic
is
will also come in.
बट द थिंग इज कि संजू को भी वहां से इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये नहीं है कि आप जा क्यों रहे हो. मतलब इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये है कि आप निकलना क्यों चाहते हो इस फ्रेंचाइजी से. अगर आपके लिए रहना निकलने से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है तब तो आप कैप्टनसी सोचोगे. बट अगर निकलना ज्यादा जरूरी है, इफ यू वांट टू टेक दिस एग्जिट रूट, नहीं मैं नहीं रह सकता भाई इस सेटअप में, तो फिर आप कैप्टनसी नहीं सोचोगे. फिर आप बस मुझे ले चलो यार यहाँ से, बस कहीं और ले चलो मुझे, मैं यहाँ नहीं रह सकता. तो वो जो दैट्स अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग विजुअल जो उन्होंने वानखेड़े में सीढ़ियां चढ़ी और उसके बाद फैंस जर्सी मांग रहे थे, शर्ट उतारी, और ये सब चीजें मेरे ख्याल से तो ऐसे ही नहीं करता है कोई. It- कोई ना कोई
I think
इमोशन फूटा होगा आई थिंक. सो आई व्हाट आई थिंक एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इज दैट इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि हार्दिक पांड्या कितने डेस्परेट है मुंबई से निकलने के लिए, कितना उनके लिए ये जरूरी है कि कोई दूसरी फ्रेंचाइजी पे मैं जाऊं। फिर वो ये फैसला भी ले सकते हैं कि मैं बतौर खिलाड़ी खेल लूंगा भाई, बट मैं इस सिस्टम से निकलना चाहता हूँ। सो आई थिंक दैट डिपेंड्स ओनली ऑन द सिचुएशन। आई थिंक 2022 में सिचुएशन बिल्कुल ही अलग थी। आई थिंक एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम मुंबई वाज डेस्परेट टू गेट हार्दिक पांड्या। नाउ आई थिंक द
नहीं, बट
सिचुएशन इज
वही है ना, कौन से टीम में जा रहे हैं वो भी डिपेंड करता है ना, कि
हाँ
कैप्टनसी की डिमांड, अगर
ऑब्वियसली। अब
सपोज
एलएसजी में
केकेआर में जा
कैप्टनसी
रहे हो,
वैकेंसी खाली हो गई है।
अजिंक्य रहाणे कप्तान है वहां पे, और केकेआर बोलती है अजिंक्य रहाणे के कप्तानी के अंडर खेलना पड़ेगा, विद नो डिसरिस्पेक्ट, हार्दिक पांड्या बोलेगा कैसे, ये कैसे पॉसिबल है? तो
I think I
तो
remember.
वो भी
I think
डिपेंड
I remember an interesting story. A person obviously associated with Hardik Pandya uploaded before the KKR game, and the story
है।
says हिंदी में वो कुछ ऐसी कह रही थी कि कहीं सूर्य अस्त होता है तो कहीं उगता भी है. And right after that he was in Kolkata just for the KKR game. So
So
it gives you the social media also gives you multiple hints at this point of time. So yeah, interesting phase. This trade will be, or the auction will be. Remember, we will wait for this just because of the captain's thing around.
a lot of developments. One already during our live show, Rishabh Pant
And IPL
removed
को भी खत्म होना है,
resigned.
अभी IPL खत्म नहीं हुआ है.
खत्म नहीं हुआ है. Rishabh Pant resigns his captaincy. There's a big meeting in June as regards to Mumbai Indians, other franchises, be it Delhi Capitals, Kolkata Knight Riders, and others. They all are maybe they will look for a reset in their respective franchises. We'll keep a tab on everything. We'll bring you all the updates also. Stay tuned to Rep Sports. Like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. And again, see you at 6:30.